Danielle here and Courtney. We are going to give you a little about 30-minute flow here. I'm going to be cueing, Courtney is going to be demoing. We want you to know that in the midst of everything that's going on in our community, we are still here. We miss all of our people, everyone we see all the time at all the studios. We miss you and we're here for you. So this is kind of an intro to see how we do. We want feedback from you. If you want Zoom, if you want live feed, if you want YouTube, we're here for you. So give us feedback. We're going to give you a quick 30 minutes of fun and we'll see how this goes. Okay? Courtney is going to begin in down dog. We're going to play with a little add-on sequence, a little sun A, sun B. Just walking out her dog, pedaling her knees, her feet, spreading through the fingers. Long straight spine, letting the head be heavy here. Just taking your time to settle into the stillness of your dog. Coming into that breath, hollowing out the belly, exhaling through the nose. We'll hold here for about 5 more rounds of breath. And then as you're ready, walking your hands back to your feet, let's find a gentle ragdoll here, perhaps separating your feet a little bit. A generous bend in the knees, grabbing for those opposite wrists or elbows, twisting it out, doing what feels good here. And the next time you come back through center, just planting the hands down, walk it back out, find that dog. We'll find a little bit of movement here to continue to warm up. Rippling forward into a high plank on an inhale. And exhale, driving the hips back, down dog. Inhale, coming forward, high plank, really making sure the shoulders come over the wrists. Core is engaged, exhale, hips back. Couple more just like that, at your own breath pace, coming up high on the toes. And then settling into that dog. Shoulders draw back to the hips, hips to the back wall. Heels can come down to the mat or not. Fingers are spread. Coming into our sun A's from here. Inhale, lift the heels, bend the knees, gaze forward, and tiptoe your feet to meet your hands. Forward fold. Inhale, half lift, lengthen through the spine. Hands to shins, maybe if you need, or to blocks. Exhale, fold. 2 more with breath. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, fold. Last one here. Inhale. Draw the shoulders away, lengthen, maybe a slight bend in the knees if you need. Exhale, fold. Root down, rise up, extended mountain. As you exhale, hands to heart, center, meeting in Tadasana, mountain pose. Hands come down by the side, palms face forward. Just taking a couple rounds of breath here to set an intention for your practice. A mantra, creed, something you're working on doing or not doing on and or off the mat. On the next inhale, circle, sweep arms up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to high plank and hold. If you'd like, find a little bit of movement here. Rocking front, back, side to side. Continue to awaken through the body. And then we'll come into our modified flow from here. So lowering the knees to the mat, tops of the feet down. Good for counterbalance here. Shoulders are over the wrists. And your wrists are about right at shoulder distance apart. Driving the crown of the head forward, navel up and in, tailbone pointing back and down. Take an inhale and exhale, lower down halfway. Elbows hug the body, modified chaturanga. Drop the hips, lift the chest, cobra. Driving the chest forward, knees lift. Exhale, lower down. 2 more with breath. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down. Last one, breathe in. Exhale, lower down. Tuck the toes, send the hips back, downward facing dog. We'll pick up the speed here a little bit. For our next few sun A's, take about 3 rounds of breath in your dog. Finding stillness, find that long straight spine. Inhale, lift the heels, bend the knees, gaze forward, tiptoe or hop, step or float, feet to meet the hands. Half lift, inhale, fold, exhale. Rise, extended mountain, reach high, go high. Exhale brings you back down, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to high plank. From here, you can lower down to your knees, modify, or lower down through your chaturanga on your exhale. Inhale, roll over the toes, chest forward, shoulders back, up dog. Exhale, back, downward facing dog. 3 rounds of breath, in and out through the nose at your breath pace. Inhale, lift the heels, bend the knees, gaze forward, tiptoe or hop, step or float, feet to meet the hands. Half lift, inhale, fold, exhale. Rise, extended mountain, inhale, reach up. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, lower down through your chaturanga. If you would like to work on your jump backs at this point, you could just land with bent elbows in your low plank if you are floating back. And then meeting back in down dog, 3 rounds of breath. And moving a little bit faster this time. Inhale, lift the heels, bend the knees, gaze forward, tiptoe, hop, step or float, feet to meet the hands, half lift, fold, exhale. Rise, extended mountain, reach high, go high. Exhale brings you back down, forward fold. Half lift, lengthen, inhale. Exhale, plant your hands, step or float back, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, chest forward, shoulders back, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog, 3 rounds of breath. Coming up next, moving into our sun bees. Inhale, lift the heels, bend the knees, gaze forward, feet to meet the hands. Half lift, fold. Chair pose, Uttanasana. Lower the hips down, drive the arms and chest high. Knees are coming together in the midline. Toes are driving together if that feels okay. Reach the arms high and draw the shoulder blades down, gaze up, breathe in, find length. Sit low, exhale, 2 more rounds. Breathe in, breathe out. Inhale here, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, plant your hands, step or float back, your chaturanga, high to low. You can always skip the flows and just meet back in downward facing dog or child's pose. 3 rounds of breath. On the next inhale, keeping the hips level, drive the right leg high. Toes point downhill to the back wall. Draw the navel up and in, press into the hands, and keep the shoulders square to the mat. And then take that leg high, lift it up, open up, stack hips, maybe bend in the knee. Find some movement here if that feels good. Slow and controlled movement into the hip. Stay mindful of the weight being even in your hands. Coming back through center, right leg comes high, inhale. Exhale, tap right knee to right elbow. Shift the weight forward. Inhale, send it back. 2 more, just like that. Exhale, bring it forward, yes. Inhale, drive the heel back. Exhale, knee to elbow. And send it back, inhale. Rounded in knee to nose. Step your right foot between your hands. Drop the back knee, untuck the toes. And left hand stays planted, option to be on a block or not. And then peel the right arm high, finding a gentle twist here. Arm can be extended up towards the ceiling. You can take a half bind if that feels okay. Gaze can be up, straight forward or down towards the mat. Breathing into this space, breathing into the shape. On the next inhale, lift and lengthen the right arm high. Exhale, lower it down to the outside of the right foot. Tuck the back toes, lift the knee. You're going to step the right foot back to meet the left, high plank or modified. Lower down on an exhale through your chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog, 3 rounds of breath. Left side, left leg comes high, inhale. Hips are square, toes point down and heel to the back wall. Now lift and lengthen. Open up the leg, open up the hip, bend the knee, find movement here. Stay mindful of the core. Weight even in the hands, shoulders relatively square to the top of the mat. Keep breathing here. And coming back through center, left leg comes high, inhale. Exhale, tap left knee to left elbow. Yeah, shift the weight all the way forward. With control, drive the foot back. 2 more with breath. Exhale, coming forward. Inhale, send it back. Last one, knee to elbow. Inhale, send it back. Round it in knee to nose as you exhale. Step the foot between the hands. Drop the back knee, untuck the toes. Right hand stays planted, blocked or not. And left arm comes high. Option for the half bind. Be mindful of the movement in your neck. Maybe gazing up, straight out, or down. Keep the breath in and out through the nose. Next inhale, left arm comes high. Exhale, lower it down. Tuck the back toe, lift the knees. Left foot steps back to meet the right, high plank. Exhale, lower down, low plank. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, hips back, down dog. 3 rounds of breath. Inhale, lift the heels, bend the knees, gaze forward, tiptoe or hop, step or float, feet to meet the hands, half lift, fold, exhale. Chair pose, Utkatasana, hips low, arms high, breathe in, exhale brings you back down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway, exhale, plant your hands, step or float back. If you want to start adding crow and a crow jump back at this point in time, yogis, you are welcome to. Again, you can skip the flows altogether, find your breath in that dog. Next, inhale, right leg comes high. Bend the knee, stack the hip. Option to take flip dog or wild thing here. Landing lightly and gently, lifting through the hips, press down, lifting up, and with control, come back, 3-legged. Right hand plants, right leg comes high, inhale. Exhale, round it in, knee to nose. Inhale, drive it back. 2 more to the nose. Exhale, bring it in. Inhale, back. On this last one, hold here at the nose, step the foot between the hands. Option to drop the back knee if you need to here, or keep the back leg lifted, heel over the toes. Left hand plants, right arm goes high. Option for the block here. Separate your left hand and your right foot, maybe creating some more space here so you can lower down in the torso and peel open through the spine a little bit more. Yeah, gaze could be up, neutral, or down. 1 more inhale here. Exhale, right hand comes down. Right foot meets the left, high plank. Exhale, lower down, low plank. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, hips back, down dog. Right into the left side, inhale, left leg high. Bend the knee, stack the hip. Taking that flip dog or wild thing. Opening up. Meeting back with control, 3-legged, left hand plants, left leg comes high, inhale, round it in, knee to nose, 3 times, your breath, your movements. Drive it back on the inhale, shifting the weight forward on the exhale. On that 3rd one, pause, knee to nose, and then step the foot lightly between the hands, find your twist, right hand plants, left arm high, option for the knee to be lifted or not. Straighten through the back leg, bring the heel over the toes, sit low in the hips, reach high. With each inhale, lengthen. With each exhale, find depth. Again, breathe in and breathe out. Inhale, lengthen, reach high. Exhale, left hand comes down. Left foot meets the right, high plank. Exhale, lower down, chaturanga. Option for that 3-point plank. Meeting back in down dog, 3 rounds of breath. Option to take rest here if you need. A quick drink of water. Toweling off if you're in a heated environment that may require you to do so. About 5 more rounds of breath here, taking what you need, leaving what you don't. And just when you're ready, we'll meet back in that down dog. Take your time to pedal this out, maybe shortening your dog, checking in with your breath. Driving your heels closer down into the mat. Fingers are spread. Allow the head to be heavy. Big breath in. Go ahead and open your mouth and sigh it out. Yeah, 2 more just like that. Breathe in and breathe out. We'll continue with the same pattern we've been doing here, but just adding on a little bit. So on our next Sun B, we'll take a revolved chair, option for side crow or any other arm balance or inversion that you might have space to do in about 5 rounds of breath. Inhale, lift the heels, bend the knees, gaze forward, tiptoe or hop, step or float, feet to meet the hands. Inhale, fold, exhale, Utkatasana chair pose. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, lift the chest, draw it forward, shoulders come back. Exhale, revolve, left elbow over the right knee. Check in with the knees. They should be in the same line here as you draw the hips back. Press into your arms, into your hands to open the arms. Yes. Option to take side crow here if that is in your practice. Planting the hands, creating the shelf. Nice, Courtney. With control, making your way back to that revolved chair. On an inhale, come back to center, lengthen the legs long, extended mountain. We'll come right back down into that chair pose, hands to heart center. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, revolve to the other side. Take your time to set up where you went on the other side. Drive the hips back, knees are in one line, rooting down through the feet. Option to open the arms. Side crow. Bind, yogi's choice. We'll meet back in that revolved chair. Take 1 more inhale here. Exhale, find that forward fold. Let's go ahead and separate the feet about hip distance apart here. Peace fingers to the big toes. Take a bend in the knees here to help protect the low back. Inhale, half lift. And exhale, pull. Drive the chest towards the thighs. Yeah, head is heavy. Shifting the weight forward into the toes. Feeling the back of the knees draw to the wall behind you. And getting the chest closer to the thighs. Couple rounds of breath here. As we come out of this forward fold, we'll have an opportunity to take crow into our crow jump back. If that is not in your practice at all or even today, just stay here in this forward fold. Otherwise, if you'd like, we'll release. Keep the feet about hip distance, hands plant out in front. You'll start to create a shelf with your elbows and drive your knees to your triceps. Chest stays lifted, gaze comes forward. Maybe starting to float one set of toes, the other. Maybe they come to touch. Holding here. On an exhale, you can shoot back, find your low plank, landing in bent elbows. Very nice, Courtney. Inhale, find that up dog or cobra. Exhale, hips back, down dog. Let's go for 5 rounds of breath on this one. Reconnect with your intention, your mantra. On the next inhale, let's take that right leg high. Bend the knee, stack the hip, option of flip dog or wild thing. Once again. Yeah, finding that expression. With control, use the strength of the torso to bring you back. 3-legged dog. Inhale, exhale, rounded in knee to nose. Step the foot between the hands. Finding that same twist we did earlier. Left hand plants, right arm goes high. Always option for the block here. So we really want to root down in the lower body on this one because we're going to come up. So make sure the back heel is over the back toes, the back knee, the back of the knee is pressing to the back wall, and that front knee is over the front ankle. Engage through the core, keep the twist, rise up. Right arm's behind, left arm forward. Yeah, feel the lift and the lengthen through the torso. Drop the shoulder blades down, scissor the inner thighs together, and then slowly revolve. Right arm comes down, left arm comes high, gaze up, breathe. Rooting down to lift up. Very nice. With control, arms are gonna come back to parallel. Take an inhale. From here, you may wanna grab your block. We're gonna find our revolved half moon. So the left arm is gonna come down inside of your right foot, maybe a little bit forward. Right arm's gonna come high, and you're gonna spring forward, lifting that back leg high. You may need to adjust a little bit here, that's okay. Yeah, beautiful, Courtney. Grounding down through your planted foot, reaching high in that right hand, opening the chest. From here, we're gonna come into Shiva squats. Option to keep that right arm extended or plant it down to the mat, yogi's choice. So lift and lengthen the left leg high, inhale. Exhale, tap it behind the right through 2 more with breath. On that last one, we'll meet in extension. The left foot is gonna tuck behind the right knee. Right hand is gonna grab for the left foot, setting up for our revolved dancer. So root down into your standing leg, start to rise. Left arm's gonna reach forward, kicking that leg back, beautiful. Holding here, finding your expression for about 3 rounds of breath. Root down, rise up. And then we'll come out of this the same way we came in. So left arm's gonna come down, release the leg, right arm comes down, standing splits. Maybe walking your hands forward to get the leg higher. We're trying to wrap your form around your calf, yogi's choice here. About 3 more rounds of breath. And then we'll meet in that forward fold. Let's take gorilla this time. Separate the feet about hip distance. Lift up your toes, tuck your hands under the feet. Try to get your toes to that wrist crease. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, pull, bend the knees, chest to thigh, elbows out to the sides, and shoulders away from the ears. A nice generous pull here. The bent knees helps protect the low back, but feel the weight shift forward into the toes. Hips come high. 2 more rounds of breath. On this next flow, you can take that crow to a crow jump back. You can just find your flow, or we can just meet in downward facing dog, yogi's choice. Releasing the grip, hands to the mat. Yeah, maybe coming into your crow and that jump back. And meeting back in that down dog. Let's go for 5 rounds of breath here. We just got the left side left, yogis, and then we'll start to slow it down for our quick 30-minute flow today. Thank you to Courtney for doing such an awesome job. It's not warm in here. We don't have music playing. We're doing what we can with what we have, and we're all in this together. Big breath in, big breath out. 2 more, just like that. Inhale and exhale. Breathe in, breathe out. Left leg drives high, inhale. Bend the knee, stack the hip, option to flip dog or wild thing. Again, you can always just hold here. Opening up, find your breath, find your expression. And then bringing it on back, find that 3-legged dog. Inhale, exhale, round it in, knee to nose. Step the foot between the hands. Find the twist. Right hand plants, left arm high. Maybe creating more space in your planted foot and hand. Sit low in the lower body, preparing to lift in the upper body on your next inhale. Ground down, lift up. Keep the upper body in the twist, reaching in opposition, very nice. Make sure the front knee is over the front ankle and the back heel over the back toes. Lift the chest, lengthen, twist a little bit deeper, and then revolve. Left arm down, right arm high. Gaze up, soften the face. Breathing here. Beautiful. With control, arms come back to parallel. And preparing for our revolved half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. So hand can come down to the mat or a block, and you may need to shorten your stance a little bit here. As you spring forward into your front knee, float the back leg, opening up your chest to the side wall. Yes, beautiful. Couple rounds of breath here. On an exhale, we'll close the upper body down, find our Shiva squat. So left arm down, send that right leg high, inhale. Exhale, tap, right knee behind the left. 2 more with breath. Breathe in, exhale out, 1 more. On that last one, meeting an extension, and then we'll tuck the right foot behind the left knee, and the left hand grabs for the foot, root down, and then start to rise up. Revolve dancers. Reaching, lifting, opening, full expression here. And just with control, we'll come out the way we came in. That right hand's gonna come back down. Slowly release the foot, both hands to the mat, standing splits. About 5 rounds of breath here. Option to come into playtime if you'd like. If you want to come into a crow or another arm balance and inversion you are familiar with in your current practice, you're welcome to go there, being mindful of any obstacles or anything around you. And when you're ready, we'll just meet in that forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Let's interlace the fingers at the low back or behind the head or neck. Yogi's choice here, what feels better. And you can also separate your feet a little bit more here and take a generous bend in the knees. So let this feel good. Open up through the shoulders, the hips, the backside body, twisting. Weight can come into the toes, to the heels. And then from here, we'll just begin to slow it down. We'll get into our hips since we were doing a lot of those lunges and low lunges. We'll play with our lizard. Opportunity here if you would like to take a flow, or you can just step your left foot back, lowering down into your lizard pose. Yep, separating your right foot out to the side. Bring your hands to the inside of the right foot. You can always use a block here under your hands or even your forearms if you'd like to lower down to your forearms. The back knee can drop as well. So lots of different variations here to play with your lizard. You can take a twist again like we did earlier in class. The forearms. You could even reach for the back foot. So holding this posture in your home practice for maybe 10 to 15 rounds of breath. And then options as you come out of this, you can either step your right foot back to meet the left and take your flow, or you can meet back in a forward fold and step the right foot back this time, lowering down into your lizard. It just depends if you want to take a flow here or not, yogis. Take your time to set up. Trying to match our left and right sides even though they may not feel the same. Really breathing into this shape in this space, knowing it's very intense, whether you've done it 1 time, 500 times. And as you're ready to come out of lizard this time, we have an opportunity for our final flow, our final vinyasa here. As you step the left foot back to meet the right. Yeah, maybe a 3-point plank. Meeting in that down dog. We'll just take another twist here before we get down to our sits bone. So let's widen the feet about mat distance and shorten your stance. So hands to your feet, maybe a third or half the way. Right hand plants in the center of the mat. And the left hand's gonna reach underneath the right hand for the outside of the right ankle. So you can adjust your stance here shorter or longer to get a deeper twist. Yeah, bending into the left elbow, driving your chest to the side wall. Bend your knees as much as you need to make this feel good. And then just very slowly release and switch. Mindfully planting the hand down, unwinding through the torso, finding your twist as you draw your chest towards the opposite side wall, hips to the back. Knees bent as needed. And then slowly release. We'll walk it back out to down dog. maybe pedaling this out a little bit if you need. So two options here, yogis. If you're working on a jump through, you're welcome to take a jump through to get to your sits bones, or you could just lower down to your knees and send your legs out in front of you as you come down to your sits bones. We're gonna pass through boat here, so we can say we did core in this little mini power flow. Luckily, we know Courtney can do this for a long time. You can hold here, your toes can be down on the mat, your hands can be behind your thighs, lots of different variations. Or you can point the legs, point the toes, arms could be high. If you want to add on a twist here, you're welcome to. But try to hold here for about 10 rounds of breath, lifting and lengthening through the torso, driving the chest forward, creating space, and finding depth. And on those last few rounds of breath, just slowly begin to lower down to your back with control. And when you get there, just bring your knees into the chest and take a gentle sway side to side, massaging out the spine, letting the head and the shoulders be heavy into the mat here. And then we'll keep the right knee drawn in, send the left leg long down the mat, bringing your awareness to your left foot, just really grounding it down, flexing the toes back, and keeping your left hip grounded. And then do what you want with that right knee. You can draw it into the chest, maybe open it to the side, roll out through the ankle or the toes. You can find a half happy baby here, or even a reclined tree. You could bring your right foot to your inner left thigh to get that opening through the hip. If the half happy baby is too much, and just breathing into that space, opening up through the hip, relaxing the right to left sides to be equal. On the next inhale, we'll slowly begin to draw the right knee back into the chest. And then as you exhale, send it up and over the left side body. Find that supine twist. The knee does not have to come down to the mat or floor. But think about stacking hips and driving the knee down and then the right shoulder down. So you're just creating a nice twist from the low back all the way up to the cervical spine. Soften through the gaze, using the breath to slow down the heart rate. And slowly begin to unravel. Giving the right knee a hug and a squeeze into the chest, and then sending it long down the mat. Planting the right heel, flexing the toes back. Draw the left knee up and into the chest. Hug it and squeeze, maybe opening it to the side, rolling out through the ankle or the toes. Taking any other movement here that makes sense to your body. Maybe coming into that reclined tree once again. And then as you're ready, we'll come into that supine twist as you bring the left knee back into center and draw up and over that right side body. Find your twist. Always option for a block here under the knee if you need it, or even under your foot that's in a twist. So right now that'd be under the left foot or shin area if that felt okay. Soften through that left shoulder, maybe gazing past or closing through the eyes. And then as we begin to unwind out of this twist, yogis, because it was such a short flow, we didn't get into a lot of back bending or other things. So if there's something else that's calling to your body and you're familiar with, I welcome you to go there now. If you would like to take a bridge, a wheel, a shoulder stand, or plow, only if you are familiar with those postures. Bridge is pretty accessible. Feet plant just below the glutes, hands down by your side, and chin tuck slightly to your chest. And then just press down to lift up, lifting through the hips, opening up that front side body, Little back bend here. You can hold here or take flows with it and lower down on an exhale and lift up on an inhale. And then just once you feel satisfied, your practice feels well-rounded, finishing out in your way, you can give your knees a final hug and squeeze into the chest. Maybe tucking your forehead to your knees, taking a big inhale here. And exhale, extend long down the mat, coming into your final Shavasana. Really allowing the body to melt into the mat, allowing gravity to do work. Allow the body to feel heavy, but also feel the weightlessness like a feather, softening through the hairline, the brow, where the ears meet your face. Separating the top and bottom teeth, and even the tongue from the roof of the mouth. Allow the shoulders to melt heavy into the mat. The belly to soften, breathing naturally. If the belly button could hinge open away from the midline, like a fortune cookie it would. Hips soften. Kneecaps fall out to the sides. Toes fall out. Complete stillness and peace within the body. Remembering, yogis, those of you who take my class often, I say this a lot, but I very much mean it, that your body is simply this vehicle we were given to navigate this life. It does not determine our value or our worth. And since you practice yoga, you have a yoga body. Take as much time as you like or need here, yogis. Just simply when you are ready to get up, or when you no longer feel the need that you have to, start to reawaken the body by wiggling the fingers and toes. Maybe reaching arms up overhead. Taking a breath in and just a casual sigh out the mouth. Fluttering the eyes open. And in your own way, either rolling over onto one side and pausing there, and then pressing yourself up to an easy seated, or just rolling up to an easy seated position. Sitting crisscross, hands to the knees. Sitting up tall one last time. Thank you, yogis, for joining us today. It was an honor and a pleasure, as always, and we are delighted to be able to give you our gift and what we do, and we want to do more. So please let us know what more of you want. Do you want live? Do you want Zoom or YouTube? We're kind of working on some stuff to put stuff together. This was just a class to see how it goes. So we might have longer ones, we might have slow flows. We're kind of collaborating to see what is going to work, but we want to hear back from you because we are your community and you are ours. And we're in this together, and we're sticking together. So thank you for being here, yogis. Again, honor and a pleasure. Namaste.